Hi guys, today I wanted to tell you about a couple of new brushes Wet n Wild has come out with. I know, we're not used to seeing brushes from Wet n Wild, but they do have a display that you may have been coming across. It's got some brushes in it, I think some like little sharpeners and stuff. I'm not 100% sure if these are limited edition or not. This is what they look like, so brightly colored, you know, brush hairs, black everywhere else, and it's the eyeshadow brush and also the angled eyeshadow brush. Wet n Wild did send me these brushes to review, and on the packaging it says that these have natural hair fibers. And also, before I got started using these, I did give them a cleaning to see if the color in the bristles would start to fade or run out a little bit, and I did notice that quite a bit with the blue one. Also with this pink one, I noticed some shedding right away, like took it out of the package, kind of went like this, and I found I was pulling out some brush hair. It seems to have stopped since I've gone ahead and cleaned these brushes, but just wanted to let you know that I noticed that. This is the eyeshadow brush. You can see the ferrule up here is pinched a little bit, so that's what's kind of flattening it out, and then it is definitely tapered a little bit down the side. So not as flat as like my Sonia Kashuk small or medium shadow brushes, but not as full as a all-out blending brush. And then this angled one is not super full either, if you can kind of get a head-on look at it there. You know, it's not really thick, but it is cut totally blunt, so you're not looking at a taper of bristles down the side. I did work both of these brushes into my look today so you could see them in action, and I primed my lids, and the palette you're seeing me use is the Power Neutrals from Bare Minerals. So for starters, I used the blue eyeshadow brush in with a lighter shade and just kind of started packing that on the lid. It did okay in that respect. It's not quite as much control as I'm used to. Also went into the deeper kind of like olivey shade, and I put that on the outer part of my lid and tried to take advantage of some of the fullness to get that into my crease just a little bit as well. I used the angled brush with the dark matte brown, and I used that to kind of try to build up some color in my outer corner. I'm really not a fan of the blunt cut bristles on an eye brush like this. I mean, I wish there was a little more taper, and then I think it could function for me more for blending, but I definitely had to bring in, you know, a fluffier brush once I did those couple of steps and use that to go around my edges. I also used a smudge brush under my eyes, but for a couple of the steps I was able to use these. All in all, I'm just not wowed by these brushes. You know, I can make them do the work for me. I can make them get in there and apply some product, but they don't do it really in the way that I've come to prefer. The colored bristles, that doesn't really do much for me either. I can just take a standard brush and be happy with that. This blue one I might see as the slightly more useful one of the two, because I felt like it was able to not only get some shadow on my lid, but if I wanted to wedge some up into the crease, I could. The angled one, again, it just felt a little sloppy to me. I mean, think if I was going to actually load up this entire brush with product and then start working it there in the outer corner or into my crease, I mean, that's a lot of product going on there. So for me and my eye size and shape, I want a little more control than that. If I am going for depth in the outer corner, I like a brush that's almost more shaped like a pencil brush, and I'll go in with it that way as opposed to the angled brush. If you're looking for individual brushes that are in like a comparable price range, I have had really good luck with a lot of the e.l.f. Studio brushes. Those are $3 a piece at e.l.f.'s website. Some of them are sold at Target as well. They even have some good $1 eye brushes, actually. They have a flat eyeshadow brush that works really nicely for packing shadow on the lid. They also have something called an eye crease brush that works so well. Here's a look at both of those. These are just $1 a piece. You can see the flat shadow brush. Those bristles really hang together. I've had this brush forever. And then the eye crease brush just gives you that little bit of a domed effect there. And if I, you know, had to do the look I did today with these brushes for a total of $2 as opposed to these, I would totally have an easier time with these just because it's more control. And I'm definitely an advocate of having, you know, a large blending brush so you can buff out your edges, but I think you need to be able to put the shadow where you want it first, you know? Using brushes that are too large or maybe not precise enough for the job you're trying to do, that's the kind of stuff that frustrates people and makes you feel like you're not good at applying eyeshadow, when really maybe all you need is a brush that gives you a little more precision than that. I wouldn't say either of these two are a must-have by any means, but if one seemed to be more useful to me than the other, it would be this one, the eyeshadow brush. It did a decent enough job of getting shadow on my lid. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.